Hey folks, it's Stephan here. Welcome to another episode of Goetia. Alright, so we're barricaded from the ceiling and the floor here. But it does look like we can continue in that direction, and we know we can go back in this direction. This should take us back to the stairs, right? Or somewhere around there. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Something's written in the margin. Property of Alexander Hodgkin. That name's new to me. Okay, so we don't know who that is. A view of the manor in the fog. Something about this painting troubles me, but I can't tell what. The couch seems comfortable enough to have a rest, if only I could. These sheets have been folded neatly. Someone still cares about these things. A small part of grandfather's mineral collection. I don't recognize this chair. Everything is so dilapidated. Yeah, we skipped some things here, right? My grandparents used to hunt deer in the woods on the manor grounds. Good evening, Jack, Rufus, Ted, Molly. Damaged tableware. The manor seems abandoned. I don't understand. Here's the stairs. The wallpaper wasn't torn before. Mrs. Ward would have never allowed that. Am I really at the manor? Something in here. Who could have drawn this map? The names remind me of Father's studies, but he would never have taken documents out of his office. Seems to have all the demons' names in it. Eldritch Forest, Silver Labyrinth, Fields of Stone. Paimon is in the library. Nibirius in the observatory. Foras in the conservatory. Malphus in the dining room. So this must be while the rooms are closed off. This one's circled for some reason. Ivy inside the manor? This is starting to look like a bad dream. The stairs aren't quite as impressive as I remembered. They're covered in dust. Even this vase wasn't quite as dull looking before. My mind is playing tricks on me. Alright, so we've actually been up here already, because that's where we came in. So we know we can't go any further there, so we'll go back down this way. Let's see what the map says. Okay, so it is mapping out how we're closed off from those places. So we're closed off. Can't go down because of the blue here. But we can go this way. And it's another room of objects. This looks like half a skull. A hollowed skull. One of Mother's eccentricities. I suppose it must have come from upstairs library. This box contains some kind of white powder. Ah, well, we're going to want that, most likely. Although we don't need it yet. So this powder is going to be what reveals some text for us. But then we have to know what to put it on. I used to hide in this wardrobe. Annie never found me in here. There's a pen. The pen is mightier than the sword, and treasures do hide in the written word. I should try to remember this. I don't know why there seem to be moths flying around the light, but there are. Okay, we could go further that way. And we can go up the stairs here. And we could go that way. Oh, interesting. Because that was blocked, but we are in this part. We can't go up there. And there's nothing to interact with here. Oh boy. There's the feathers. Feathers? Oh! Good evening, young lady. Who are you? Oh, come now. You wound me. We are already acquainted. Of course, it was some time ago, and you may not have seen that I was even here. I am one of the kind your father did so love to talk about, even if he elected not to teach you much about me in particular. My current form, shall we say, should be something of a hint. You are one of the demons that father was studying, a raven. You must be Malphus. But demons don't exist. It was just an unpleasant hobby of his. I suppose you must be right. After all, that would be simply absurd. Not unlike believing in ghosts, perhaps. I must say, I am rather surprised to see you here right now. No matter, I'm almost flattered you recognize me. It means that mankind has not forgotten about me yet. At least, not completely. What do you want? What do I want? Oh, I see. Abraham must have taught you that I would require a favor if you were so impertinent as to summon me. But in your case, young lady, I chose to appear before you. You did not summon me, and thus we can dispense with this quid pro quo. I suppose I simply wanted to, well, chirp with someone, perhaps. Chirp? Fine. But what are you doing here? Aha! Now that is an interesting question. Would that I could answer it. You mean you don't know? Not exactly. I do recall that I was summoned, but in a most unusual way. Annie, she called me, and we chirped for a time. But she deceived me and trapped me within these walls. All I know is that some part of me remained in the cozy confines of hell, while the remainder, well, is the manor itself, or something like that. Like when I possess an object? It does indeed seem that the same forces are at work here. And why are you preventing me from going any further? I am doing nothing of the sort, or rather not consciously. You see, my girl, we are both pure spirits here, and it seems that our essences cannot collaborate, shall we say. I promise you, I would simply love for you to proceed. I dare say that you are the only one who can free me. The sigil on the ceiling, could it be a hint, an answer? Ah, such a keen mind. If it is not the answer itself, it must be some part of it. My sigil is not complete in this form. It cannot be seen by man. Much to my immense sorrow, the sigil you see only represents half of my being, the part that remains in hell. There is another sigil, in fact. It is the opposite of this one. It represents the part of me that is trapped here, among the living. Should you manage to find it and decipher it, I would be free to leave this world. I knew you wanted something after all. Exposed. Yes, it seems we both need each other. I expect that I can rely on you. You have Blackwood blood running through your veins, after all, if you'll pardon the expression. Wait, you... He's disappeared. Not quite. Do keep up the good work, Abigail. Simply forget that I am watching your every move. Achievement unlocked, first encounter. And we got a journal entry. Good Lord, Annie, what have you done? Why did you invite a demon, several demons, into Blackwood Manor? What is this foolish project of yours? Malphus claims that an opposite sigil will free him and his fellow demons. I don't really trust him, but this is the only way to get answers and find Annie, and to rid the manor of these evil entities. The feather. When I'm close to this feather, I feel like something is calling me. But the feeling is vague. I must be missing something. Well, is there anywhere for us to go now? No, we can't go that way. Can go down, of course. Oh, and there's many things to look at in here. This ruined tower reminds me of the one the villagers were talking about in the woods on the estate. The silver medallion holds the portrait of a dour-looking man with sharp eyes. Can we do anything more with that? No, only look at it. The seat was, of course, Father's armchair. There's dear Mrs. Ward, the housekeeper, and she has her keys, even in this painting. Glass of wine? I will never know the taste of this wine. Edward Hodgkin, 1940, 10 years old. Alexander Hodgkin, August 1939, 28 years old. Annie Hodgkin, November 1940. Annie Hodgkin. Annie Hodgkin. Annie as a grown-up? I still recognize her, though. So, she came back here with her family, I guess. 31 years old, Gabriel Hodgkin, February 1939. Robert Hodgkin, 1940, 14 years old. What's that one? He looks older than 14. Oh, Gabriel Hodgkin, we already saw. More wine. These glasses are still full, as if people left in a hurry. Surely it would have evaporated. So it's a bell? This dumbwaiter is connected to the kitchen in the basement. Okay, so we can probably interact with that. That might be a way for us to go down to the basement, I guess. If we wanted to do such a thing. Or maybe a way for us to bring something up from the basement. Or take something down to the basement. And then we're back to here. I think this was the feather, right? Oh. We can possess the feather. Well, that's very interesting. To what end? To what benefit, I wonder? And it falls. Because of course it does. Let's see if we can get it back in the inkwell. Not that it probably matters. Nope. Oh well. It's going to be harder to find now, but we still know where it is. Just to hide in this wardrobe. We've already done that. And we can go down in this spot. And this is the kitchen. And there's the dumbwaiter. Something's preventing me from going any further. It must have something to do with those strange metal sheets bolted to the wall. There's a combination lock on the door. Strange metal sheets. Oh, I see. The journal. Somebody made sure the room next to the kitchen would be out of bounds for me and other beings. What could be so precious to be protected in such a way? If I can reach that room, I'm sure I'll find some vital clues. There's no food on these shelves. No one's planned on settling in here. These plates haven't been properly washed. The meals weren't finished either. There's a sheet of paper on the wall. But why is it blank? How odd. Not odd at all, actually. Not odd at all. This looks like garlic. Smoked garlic. I used to love that smell, but the memory is fading. Some puzzle pieces that we can put together. Not a puzzle, really. Something written. My young brother, it's been a while since I haven't put your keen mind to the test. How would you feel about a paper chase? First clue, chariot. Happy hunting. R. Okay. Paper chase. Is there no further to go that way, I guess? We must be at the end? There's nowhere to go down. We can go up. Let's go up. What we need to do is take the strange powder and put it into the dumbwaiter. Possess this. Put it into the dumbwaiter. And send it downstairs. And now, use this powder with this. If it's not the right powder, maybe I'll at least be able to make some nice fireworks. It looks like it did something. There's a bug. It reads, the eldest birth. The eldest's birth. Has to do something with the portraits, I'm guessing. Eldest's birth. Which one is the eldest? It's Gabriel, isn't it? 31 years old. February 1939. 31 years old. So he was born in 1908? Yeah, he's only 28. And he was only 14. And how old was she? We don't know, actually. Annie Hodgkin. But she must have been born... She must have been older than Gabriel, because she actually knew Abigail. But what can we do here? Nothing, I don't think. Let's see, can we go anywhere else? It does look like we can go this way. More birds. This bronze statue is superb. It is an eagle or a falcon. Details count. 4 wooden spheres ornated the front of this box. A word is written on each. An original ornament for such a box. Dots. There can only be certain letters. Okay. Close that for the moment. That's a strange place for an office. It's a little notebook. Some of its pages have been torn away. Perhaps they're still around somewhere. There's some writing on there. This wardrobe is not really my style. Okay. Oh, this is outside. I should stay in the manor. I can't imagine who would be out wandering the woods right now. So the only thing here is we can do something with those, and we can possess the book for some reason. I'm not really sure why we would want to take the book with us. Unless the book also can interact with the powder. No, doesn't seem like it can interact with the white powder. Okay. So the book can be moved for some other reason. And I haven't seen anything about why we would, what those letters would be that we can switch. So it's a choice of several letters on each. D, A. Oh, this one just goes back and forth between D and A? No, D, A, D, and E, and J. A, D, E, G. Or J. Then we've got O. O, V. O, V, E, L. Then T, O. H, M. T, O, H, M. And then S, N, O, W. Snow? Well, we're going to need to find something that's going to tell us what to put in there. There's too many possible permutations, I think. And we can't interact with that, but this seems to be related to that horse, doesn't it? And what was that I said about a chariot? Let's go back and see where that horse is. I don't know if the map shows us that. It was upstairs, wasn't it? Maybe not. And there's the horse. So, this would be something to do with a chariot, right? I would think so. Since you will not listen to reason, I must stop you myself. I apologize for stealing your notes, but I see no other way. Gabriel may be the oldest, but he has no idea what you are up to. I will be back for young Edward and Robert. I forbid you from trying anything with them, or you will dearly regret it. This has all gone on long enough. Farewell. Says Mother. And A. I didn't think Gabriel was the oldest, though. We need a key, presumably, to get in here, right? It's locked. Let's see, we missed anything in the journal? Oh, we did. A torn notebook, an empty notebook, a torn page, and an object that calls to me, whose message I must decipher. An empty notebook, a torn page, and an object that calls to me. So that was the feather pen. Maybe we're supposed to use the pen? Bring the pen down with the notebook. Not sure really why I bothered to bring it all down to the kitchen, but now that we've already done that, stick with it for the moment. No, it doesn't seem to do anything. Does not seem to be able to do anything with the pen there. It reads the eldest birth. Well, if Gabriel is supposed to be the eldest, then his birth was 19-something. Now this is back where we met the bird. No, we don't want to be here. We went too far. This is Gabriel. 31 years old, so that means he was born in 1908. Not sure what good that does us to know, though, at the moment. Oh, it did say we could teleport, didn't it? So we can't go down in this part. And this is back to the stairs, right? Can we go down in this part? Doesn't seem to be anywhere to go down to, I guess. And we can go up here. Ah. Okay, we can't go through that door, but we can do something in here. Ben-Hur, A Tale of Christ by Lewis Wallace. Leaving a book on its shelf isn't in Annie's habits. Leaving a book out of its shelf. But we can't do anything more with it. It was here. I fell out of this window. It was an accident, but I clearly remember falling here. We can't go that way. Big tapestry. Can't go up that way. Can't go in there at all. So not much opened up there, really. So we wouldn't be able to go in there. Still seems like something should happen with that picture. Yeah, can't go up. Can't go up here for a different reason. Can't go that way. Alright, so there's a part here that we can't go, but we can go into those places. Let's see, does it let us teleport? I don't know how to do it. So I guess we've explored the extent of where we can get to. Or did we go down here? No, we didn't go down there, did we? Oh, we couldn't because there was a metal door, but there was more to it than that. I think it said there was a combination code. A thick metal door. It also looks like it's made of lead. Ah. This is where the number can come in. So 1908. I can't say I'm disappointed, but this is not what I expected. Where do those lights come from? Oh, there's some letters down here. And a note. My dear Alexander, I know you disapprove of all this. You have made that perfectly clear these past few days. Forgive me, my dear child, but I must see this to the end. Our family has suffered too much. I hope you'll find it in you to forgive me for what I did, wherever you are now. I'm sure you were happy where you are now. Your loving mother, Annie. Okay. Annie, my God, what happened here? What have you done? She's not really following along, is she? I don't understand all these sigils, these messages, these experiences, and this silence. I can't stand to be alone here. What happened to the Blackwoods? Why did I wake up? Where is Annie? This is a nightmare. Okay, I guess we have to wait through her little scene here. Father, Mother, please, I'm begging you, come back. Help me. Oh. There's sounds. A noise. Someone is there? I think it came from the hall. Thanks for watching this episode of the Let's Play for Goetia. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and click the subscribe button so you know when I'm posting videos in the future. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.